close to what I found with this particular opportunity. So I'm going to give you guys a bit about what it is, how it works, who's behind it, and why it makes sense. As a matter of fact, I'm not even going to tell you why it makes sense. You're going to see for yourself why it makes sense. Let's get into it. But before we start, first thing that we definitely want to do is read our disclaimer, get the legal side of things out of the way. So, first of all, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not offering any kind of financial or investment advice. We're not licensed to sell securities or investments. None of the information provided is intended as investment, tax, accounting, or legal advice, as an offer or solicitation of an offer to buy or sell, or as an endorsement of any company, security, fund, or other offering. The information should not be relied upon for purposes of transacting securities or other investments. Your use of the information contained herein is at your own risk. The content is provided as is and without warranties, either express or implied. IATS does not promise nor guarantee any income or particular result from your use of the information contained herein. Under no circumstances will IATS be liable for any loss or damage caused by your reliance on the information contained herein. It is your responsibility to evaluate any information, opinion, advice, or other content contained. Please seek advice of professionals as appropriate regarding the evaluation of any specific information, opinion, or other content. What we do offer is education, software, and hardware. We encourage you to do your own research, use the information contained herein, but use it at your own risk, guys. Again, no one is forcing you to do anything. We're just saying make an informed decision based on the information that you are provided with. All right. Now, please do understand that getting involved in any financial market does involve risk of law, and we do not promise nor guarantee any income or particular result from your use of the information contained herein. Never borrow money to get involved in business or the market, and never invest money that you cannot afford to lose. Crypto products and NFTs are unregulated and can potentially be risky, and there may be no regulatory recourse for any loss from such transactions, guys. So again, I want to welcome everyone to the call. That's our legal side of things. If this is your first time joining us, very, very special welcome to you. We are going to have a ton of fun tonight. Let's get right into the meat of the matter. So, first thing we're going to start with, guys, and first thing we want to touch on is the track record. What is this? What has it done so far? Well, IATS Global kicked off around the year 2020. This is now 2022, and in that period of time, they've already put over 150,000 ambassadors into the platform. That's a pretty big deal because it says people obviously must like this. Question is, why? Well, let's have a look at some of the accolades that we have. If you've never heard of the Business from Home magazine, very, very popular, very well respected magazine that highlights different companies, various opportunities, and how they're doing, their track record, the top people in the industry, and such like. So in 2021, we were ranked as being one of the top 3 startup companies. That's a pretty big deal to be within the top 3. Well, in 2022, we are now ranked as being the #1 startup company. How interesting is that? We went straight in the first place, okay? So if you know anyone that is looking for something to do, guys, we have been ranked as the #1 startup for 2022. In other words, this is what they need to be paying attention to. Now, not only that, the company had a goal, and guess what? They had a goal to hit 100 million in 2022. We've already surpassed that we're over 165 million. So we smashed that target. As a matter of fact, the company was doing so good that in their very first 12 months, first year, they did over $22 million. How cool is that? Another thing that I think you're going to be very excited about is in just that 2-year period, the company has already paid out over $63 million in commission. I want you to let that sink in for a second. That is not by any means a very small figure. $63 million in its first 2 years is exceptional. Third thing that you want to pay attention to is the transparency. How many of you have been in businesses or platforms or programs online and you never saw the owner? You never saw the person that runs the company. You never saw the people that were behind it. All you probably heard about them, or in some cases, all you knew that you were doing was connecting with quote unquote support. And then many of them turned out to do what? Either be scams or flop. Well, here it is. What you gotta love about this is real people, real events, real things that are happening different tours and excursions and conventions, right? We're getting on calls. Just today we had a call and who did we see? The owner of IX Global on there doing a call. So you don't have to worry about, man, is this one of these things where somebody's hiding behind the scenes and you don't know who they are and they're gonna run away with your money? No, this is not one of those things at all. All right. All of the corporate board of directors are quite visible and if need be, you accessible as well. Nobody's hiding behind anything. What IX Global basically does, it provides and creates this ecosystem of social entrepreneurs. And by doing that, they give us the technology to tap into the digital community and generate wealth or create wealth, basically. And we're looking at all of the major markets. But for example, the financial markets, which is an $8 trillion per day market, or the multi-billion-dollar e-commerce market, or the multi-billion-dollar blockchain technology, which is currently the future of financial transactions, or NFTs, where people have made millions. So all of these things you have access to. Think of it like a one-stop shop, like a big community that is designed for entrepreneurs by entrepreneurs to create entrepreneurs. And that is what IX Global is doing and has been doing. Now, if you're someone who wants to get into the, Forex trading, you want to learn about Forex, you want to understand how to do that, we've got an entire Forex trading academy that you can tap into and get educated from experts, real life sessions that go on. There's signals that go out, there's channels that you can tap into, there's hours and hours, like 300 hours of professional material that you can go through. There's tests that you can take afterwards. It's a real academy. And if you want, you can actually set up your account, your Forex trading account, to receive automation. So if you're familiar with the industry, you know how that goes, you can literally have your account automated. Now the company does Forex betting, they do binary options, they do synthetic indices, they do crypto, they do Forex and stocks. Guys, they do a little piece of everything. So if you do that, as you can see there from the results for 2022, averaging around 10% per month. Very decent, very sustainable, very doable, very good. All right. So that's one of the first things. And IX Global actually started out as a Forex company, but it's not just that. If you like travel, if you're a traveler, well, guess what? You can get cash back on your travel, on your accommodations and such like. Anywhere from $40, sorry, from 4% to I want to make sure I give you the right numbers. I don't remember the figures right now. 50%, something along that line, in cash back. But then on top of that, you can definitely save up to 70% as well on some of those accommodations. So you're getting cash back, also getting heavily discounts on some accommodations that you choose. Here's a couple screenshots from Miami. You can see the cash back there that's being done. And then on top of that, you're looking at Dubai, 7 nights in Dubai, $1,281 cash back, $1,206 cash back, $951, $841, $811. Pretty decent, right? So if you're going to travel, maybe okay, and we're back. It looks like we just had something. Everything just kind of stopped there for a second. Real quick, guys, can you hear me clearly and can you still see the screen? Let me know in the chat if you can. Drop a 111. Just want to confirm before I continue. All right, fantastic. Thank you so much. Not sure what just happened, but it happened. All right, so let's keep it flowing, nice and smooth like butter. So you see the accommodations. Now, here's where it gets really different and interesting. The company really partnered with a company by the name of Debt, right? Or DebtBox, the DebtBox. And through the DebtBox and Debt, for the most part, we introduced the nodes, all right? Now, Debt in itself is an acronym. It stands for Decentralized Eco-Friendly Blockchain Technology, all right? Decentralized eco-friendly blockchain technology. And we like to say we are crypto meets commodities. So we're doing a nice cocktail here, a nice combination of the two, all right? So let's talk a little bit very quickly about what a node actually is. So the blockchain basically is run because of nodes or run on nodes. Now, different cryptocurrencies have different blockchains that they operate on, actually. Okay. Now, these nodes that run within the blockchain actually are pieces of software that connect to other nodes. And what they're doing is passing information. They're transmitting data, they're storing it, they're receiving it. And these nodes act like checkpoints where information is validated and verified before it's passed on to the next block of nodes. Okay, so blocks of nodes all verifying data. And I like to use the analogy of if you're crossing from one country to another, say on road, what happens is you reach a checkpoint. You get into the border, there's a checkpoint. The officers will come out and they will ask you where you're coming from, where are you going, and what are you doing? What is your business here? Now everything needs to check out. If everything doesn't check out, you will not be able to proceed. Same thing in the blockchain, guys. The nodes act like checkpoints to validate the information and pass it on, which is why if you've ever sent cryptocurrency from yourself to someone else or to a merchant, it always requires a certain amount of confirmation before it is verified and released. You see? So it increases the network security and integrity of the entire blockchain. And this is why a lot of banking systems are now starting to incorporate blockchain technology as part of their infrastructure for security purposes. It's much harder to crack, much harder to hack as well compared to the traditional system. So what we're able to do, guys, is the company has connected these nodes to actual asset classes. And I'm going to talk about what these asset classes are. But they're not just cryptocurrency, okay? I know some folks might be like, but wait a minute, isn't crypto crashing? Is it crypto on the way down? Is it a crypto winter? Well, we are not focused on, we don't earn you crypto. We earn you tokens. And these tokens, if you wish, can be converted to crypto and then taken off. But no, we are not focused 100% on crypto. A lot of companies that were focused only on crypto have either gone out of business or right now people having a lot of problems getting their money out. Okay? Because they're waiting for Bitcoin and the crypto market to go back up. Thank goodness we do not depend on that. There are three simple steps here. Step number one is the first step of purchasing your mining license. Once you've done that, guess what? You start to earn money. You start to earn tokens, I should say. The tokens have a value, of course, which equates to $2, but you mine tokens through the technology of the nodes and the blockchain that we have. Second step is you simply get paid. The rewards hit your account every day. Very simple. Do you know anyone right now off the top of your head that would enjoy the idea of being able to earn a ton of money every day without having to do anything? Do you know any people like that? This business is going to make a lot of people lazy. I promise you. This business is going to create a lot of lazy people. Imagine being able to just stay from home, do absolutely nothing, and just be getting paid every single day. And whenever you're ready, step three, you just convert your tokens back to, convert it to a different crypto, and then you can withdraw. Very, very simple, 3 steps. Let's have a chat about the actual projects that your tokens are connected to. And this here, guys, is where it gets very, very interesting. So again, what we focus on through DEX is tokenization of different different assets and asset classes, but also of commodities. For example, we can look at natural gas. I'm pretty sure that you guys would agree. Natural gas is used all around the world and it's quite popular. It's quite in demand. There are some countries that heavily depend on natural gas and natural gas production. Do you also know that natural gas and the sale and production of it is a multi-billion-dollar industry? Do you know that? How about Grow? Grow is a project that is primarily based in Ghana, and it's based on 25,000 acres of land where the company has already hired thousands of Ghanaians to be able to get jobs and work the land. They're actually looking to purchase an additional 10,000 acres and put a lot of infrastructure on that land to accommodate for the manufacturing and kind of ease and help with the production process. So you're here being wherever you are, and you literally have a token that connects to that asset, all right, that asset class. And guess what you can do? You're making money every day as the profits from that project roll in. Same thing with the natural gas. We actually are producing, we have the production of natural gas going on. And as that happens, you are able to earn royalties from the sale and production of that. How sweet is that? If that wasn't enough, guys, there's digitally linked gold. Through our technology, we've been able to identify and find multiple gold deposits and actually mine real physical gold. Well, you as a member, because you're part of the debt program and you're a debt partner, you are able to have a digitally linked token to that gold in grams. So based on the value of your digital token would represent in grams how much gold it represents. And from what I understand, when the owner spoke, that you are even able, if you wish, to have that physical gold sent to you as well. Okay, so that's another thing. Then there's aluminum. Think about this for a second. Every person on this call has an aluminum pot or pan in their house. Everyone, probably in every country, every territory, has at least something of aluminum base in their house. Aluminum is so widely used. It's one of the biggest manufactured commodities that are out there. Now, aluminum comes from bauxite. So what's so interesting about bauxite? Well, aluminum comes from bauxite. That's the byproduct of the manufacturing process of bauxite. In Ghana, one of the largest bauxite mining facilities actually does right now about 1.5 million metric tons of bauxite production per year. That's pretty big. That's actually quite big. That's why they're one of the biggest. Now, here's the interesting thing about that. Because of our satellite scanning technology and imaging technology, guys, we were able to identify another deposit of bauxite in Ghana that, guess what, they had no clue about. So our representatives went in and they said to the powers that be, we know where another deposit of bauxite is, and it looks like it could be potentially bigger than the one that you have right now. Of course, you could understand how that was met. That was met with, you got to be joking, right? Impossible. We're the professionals. We're one of the biggest in the world, mind you, and we know what we're doing. It's impossible that you could come here, not have done any kind of excavation work on the land, and come tell us that you know where bauxite is and we don't know about it. Impossible. Well, company said, no, we're pretty sure. We know where it is. Long story short, contracts were signed. And what happened was, company then identified for the powers that be where this bauxite mine is. Guess what happened? So before, like I said, they're on 1.5 million metric tons per year. That's huge. What the company was able to identify was an additional deposit hundreds of yards away that actually produced or is worth about 3.5 million metric tons. So what they literally did was unveil and unearth a multiple billion. But when I heard it, I actually heard the trillion mentioned. I don't know. That's what I heard. But let's just say multiple billions of dollars unearthed in bauxite production. You know what's the beautiful thing, guys? Because we found it, we get a cut of all the production and sale of that. And guess who else gets a cut? Well, if you own or have some of the aluminum tokens, you also get a cut of that. How sweet is that? You didn't even know anything about it, but you get to earn royalties from it every time that production is done. If that wasn't enough, recently in Ghana there was another major find. This was of iron ore. It was so big that it actually spanned a couple of different villages throughout Ghana. And here's where it gets even more interesting. How do you think they found it? It was our satellite imagery technology that was able to find and identify this iron ore beneath the surface of these multiple villages. No one knew it was there. So here, guess what that means now? The production and sale of all of these precious metals, guys, we, through debt, we're able to benefit from that. Now, here's where it gets even more interesting. And this is what at this point, you've got to understand the magnitude of this project. The Ghanaian government, because of what they did with the aluminum, what they do with the iron ore, and what they're doing with the growth, we're supporting the Ghanaian community in such a massive way throughout the villages. They're doing a lot in the African region. And I love this company even more just because they're doing so much humanitarian efforts in Africa. For that alone, I love it more. But let me explain this. The government and the powers that be have, because they're so impressed, they have literally given us a license, an exclusive license. And I'm talking about the Oil and Gas Ministry of Ghana have given us an exclusive license to be company, the only company that has permission now to do any kind of exploration for precious metals and commodities in the country of Ghana. If you guys think that that's a very big deal, drop some threes in the group real quick. Drop some threes in the chat real quick. That is big. You see, people are right now looking for a business that they can believe in. They're looking for a business that they can feel comfortable with. So here it is. I'm telling you, we've now got a company that is doing so good, that is so legit, and have proven itself that they have now signed a $68 million contract with the government of Ghana, giving them exclusive rights to do exploration on the coast, especially even on the coastlines of the country. No one else can do it. So Shell, ExxonMobil, BP, British Petroleum, none of those multi-billion-dollar companies are able to come in and do any more of their strip mining unless they go through us. And they have to go through us means that they're using our technology, which now means they do not have to disturb the environment anymore. They don't have to come in with their massive tractors and bulldozers and push down, clear villages and, destroy mountains and all this stuff. No, our technology allows us to see this stuff from outer space before even having to move a single stone, a single pebble on Earth. Add to that, though, guys, we also have black gold. Everyone on this call, I'm sure, would agree that there's money in gold. I don't need to convince you that there's money in, sorry, not gold, in oil. Black gold refers to crude oil, yes? Raw and unfiltered crude oil. Yes, we're into the oil industry. Show me a company that you've been part of or know of that is legit, that is allowing average people to be able to tap into the multi-billion-dollar oil industry without having any knowledge of it or ever doing anything with it. All you need to do is have a token, right? One of our BGLD oil tokens. Now you can earn from the production and sale of the oil that we discover as well. This project launched in 2021, the 1st of November, starting at a price of 0.00001. Grew to some 0.01012% or 0.012 dollars, guys, which equates to a growth of 120,000%. Now you might be like, oh, that's not much. That's a couple cents, 12 cents. What's 12 cents? Well, now you're missing the point. The point is not the 12 cents. The point is that when it started, it was 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros and a 1, and then it went up to 12 cents. Let me put into perspective, about 65 different unique wallets or people who got into that project early all became millionaires. Just to put it into perspective for you. That's what it means. That's what it means. Just because why? They took action. You see, action takers are money makers. People who sit back and wait and watch and waste time and delay and procrastinate, no, they always end up last. But action takers are money makers, guys. Averaging $2 million a day in volume, guys. We've sold over 92,000 licenses, and the largest sales date was $20 million at its peak. Again, this thing is so crazy. These guys literally went into different states. Nebraska used the technology and was able to find 50 million barrels of oil in reserve on land that had never been found before. And now we get 20% of everything that comes out of that oil well. Then you've got the Nevada oil well, 400 million barrels from that reserve. We get 3.5%. The reason why we get a lot less is because that was already established, that was already set up, they already had the infrastructure there and everything. They were literally about to close that oil well down. Check this out. They were about to close it down, y'all, and leave. They believed that all the oil they could get out of it was gone. We came with our technology, looked at the land, looked at it, and realized that, hey, wait a minute, hold a minute. Here's what you guys need to do. Drill about 1,000 feet deeper. There's more oil there. They said, nah, no way. No way. Get out of here. Get out of here, man. But they did it. They did it, and they struck 400 million barrels of oil. Do you understand this? Now there's 11 sites more in Nebraska, 3 more in Ghana, multiple more in Texas that are all under review. Let me ask a question. Do you think that the ability to earn a residual profit or royalty every single time that the sale of oil and the production of oil is carried out on multiple oil wells, do you guys think that this has the potential to be life-changing? Think about it for a second. When last did you get an opportunity to tap into the oil industry and earn royalties from oil wells? I promise you, you've never been introduced to any business or opportunity like this. This is actually the Nebraska oil well here. This is where they came and they did the pumping. Hundreds of people came and they tried. They told the guy, we believe there's oil on your land. He said, sure, okay. Nobody did it. Nobody found any. So after a while, he got frustrated, expectedly. This is the guy here, by the way, in case you think I'm lying. And there's a video. You can watch the video. If you don't have the video, I can get it to you. All right. And he said, look, a lot of people came. A lot of people tried. Nobody found any oil. Then we come, without having to move a single pebble on his land, we use our technology, and within an accuracy of 6 centimeters, our satellite proprietary technology is able to pinpoint exactly where oil is. They did that with his oil well. They did it and found the single largest water deposit, freshwater deposit there under Arizona, which, by the way, is under water crisis right now. They found the single largest deposit of fresh water that has ever been discovered in history. We found that. The company that you're actually on this call listening to right now, us, we did that. Nobody else. Do you understand this? So imagine technology, guys, that is able within a 6 centimeter accuracy can pinpoint exactly where in a mine or in a mountain to go and dig for the gold. Within 6 centimeters of accuracy, within 6 centimeters, able to predict and see exactly where the oil is, so that they can go exactly to that point and drill. And 7 times that they've done this, and 7 times they were correct. You can imagine that kind of technology. They can find gold and platinum and silver and copper and lead and aluminum and bauxite and all these different things. Do you guys agree and understand the magnitude of such a technology? Do you understand that this could potentially be the single biggest and most lucrative project in history? And we have an opportunity as members to earn royalties, not just off of the projects that they're doing and they found, but to literally have royalties and a share in the satellite technology itself. You're not going to find anything on any level that can surpass what you're viewing this evening. So you better thank the person that invited you, because they just potentially put you in place to change your life. And that's not even all. Down the road, we're going to be seeing things like properties, that's been already said. Imagine properties, and you're able to earn royalties from the properties as they generate revenue. Swipe, we have a deal that we've already made with MasterCard. You're going to hear more about that most likely in 2023, almost there. And you're able to earn money. Tokens that can convert to cash, to money. Where are you? You are home, chilling, watching Netflix. You've got your app open, and you're literally just watching your profits add every single day to your Node account. This is next level. Like when I hear people say, so this is like this, or this is like, I said, no, this is not like anything. There's nothing right now in this industry that you can compare to this. No company out there is giving you royalties on some of the most sought after and elite commodities and assets on the planet. There's none. There's none. So you can't compare this to anything. And just for a bit more credibility and validation, guys, you can actually go on for DEP, the company, you can actually go on CoinMarketCap, the official site, and you can see that DEP is actually listed on the major exchanges. And the confidence level for them is very high. So which means you can convert your tokens to DEP token and convert that to USDT if you so desire and withdraw. And we don't have a liquidity problem. That's what happened to FTX, right? Massive multi-billion-dollar company, but they didn't have any, they weren't liquid enough. So they had a liquidity crunch, as they call it. They didn't have the funds to be able to, when people were ready to cash out. When the bad news started to go around and get out, people were like, whoa, wait a minute, let me get my money off quick. You couldn't. $900 billion were set to be withdrawn within 24 to 48 hours, and they only had 900 million cash. They had like 10% of what was trying to be withdrawn. They didn't have the liquid cash to fulfill it. We don't have that problem. We're doing over 2 million. Over 2 million liquid. All right. So when you go and you take your tokens and you try to take them off, you can get your money out. Isn't that a pretty good deal? A lot of companies right now can't say that. Not only that, guys, we are working with some of the biggest. Google, Boeing, and SpaceX right now are working with our debt partners with us to help us to launch our own satellites into space. We are right now paying Google for the use of theirs, Google Earth, very powerful. All right, Google Earth is extremely powerful. You can see all kinds of crazy stuff on the land, but imagine that our technology allows us to see hundreds of meters below the surface of the Earth. Come on, somebody. And we are working with 3 of the biggest companies on the planet to help us launch our very own satellites into space. So we won't need to actually pay Google anymore for their satellite or to borrow it or rent it or whatever. All right. Shell as well, ExxonMobil. You guys know these names. Very popular, very well known. Biggest companies on the planet. These are our debt partners. So when people ask about, is it credible? Is it legit? Are you sure it will last? Do you think that you can do more back checks and more credibility checks than SpaceX and Google? Google? I don't even need to go any further than that. Do you think you can do more research more than Google? These are our debt partners, y'all. So again, if you're looking for credibility, we've got it. If you've been looking for a company that you can just feel comfortable with, knowing it's not going to disappear in a couple of months, we've got it. Do you think gold is going to disappear in a couple months or a couple of years? Nope. Do you think oil is going to disappear in a couple of years and they're going to stop drilling oil? Nope. Do you think that aluminum and bauxite are going to magically disappear from the earth in the next 5, 10, 15 years? Nope. So if you are looking for longevity, stability in a company, guys, you found it. Abigail is already asking how much to start. That's what's up. That's what's up, right? You see, people who understand value, they want it. Like, hey, listen, I already know what's up. I'm ready to go. So here's what we're gonna do, guys. Let's look at how we can develop this into business. Don't worry, Abigail, your question is about to be answered. So many of you, I'm pretty sure that even if this was all for the presentation, and I were to stop right here because of the substance, all right? Everybody type substance in the chat for me real quick. Because of the substance of the business, you would still be pretty excited about what you saw. If there was no compensation plan and no referral plan and none of that other stuff, because this business carries substance, I'm pretty sure that everyone on this call would still want to get into this because you can see the value in what we have. You see what I'm saying? And that's important. I've always learned and I heard that if you can find such an opportunity that people will still want to buy in and spend money to get in, even if there was no compensation or referral plan, find a business like that, you've got a winner. Because a lot of companies out there right now, you take away that part, done. That's the end of them. People just in it for the money. Yes, we want the money from this, but what I'm saying is, without the compensation plan, this is still one of the best things that I've ever seen. So let's look at the figures. Let's look at what you can do to get in. So there's 3 options you have to get started in this opportunity. All right. You can, 1, purchase a package if you're more into the travel and the Forex and you want to tap into those things and get the discounts from the travel and the benefits of all the Forex Academy and such like. You can buy a membership package. And those membership packages go anywhere from $115 to $180. Called volume or points, for example. So what you want to do, if you are looking to build this as a business, you want to have at least 80 points, okay? At least 80 points. If you're not interested in building this as a business, then you don't need to care about that. You just buy your nodes, you get your daily money, your daily tokens, and you're happy, okay? You do not have to build a team, sign people up, or anything of that sort in order to earn. You can just buy your nodes, earn every day, and go your way, all right? Good. So that's the first option, purchase a package. Purchasing a package does not give you daily passive rewards. Second option, you can purchase a license for the node. You notice here that they go from 22,250, well, the minimum being 1,500, so as high as 2,250, based on which node that you wish to purchase. This is purchasing a license. The license gives you a 10-year contract, all right? So for 10 years, you're locked in, you have this, you can earn on this, and this is what we call perpetual. So perpetual earnings and rewards. Now, the third way you can get started is you can actually choose or opt to rent a node if you can't buy the full license. Renting a node is only $250. It runs for 60 cycles, which is actually 60 days, and you're looking at a range of around $7 to $11. Don't quote me on the fact saying that, oh, you will definitely earn X amount or no. It is a range, okay, guys? Just to give you an idea. So if you work based on this range, let's look at some figures. If you spent 250, you bought one node over the 60-day period, when you minus what you spent from what you would have earned, you're looking at a profit of $170 to as high as $410 based on the range provided here. If you bought 5 nodes, you're looking at a profit from $850 to $2050. 10 nodes, $1,700 to $4,100. 20 nodes, $34 to $8,200. Or you drop 10,000 on this, you get 40 rental nodes. That gives you a profit of 6,800 to as high as 16,400. You get in where you fit in. Get in where you fit in. You can start with 1, or you might be able to start with 10. You might be able to start with 40. For sure, we have a lot of people, more than you might actually expect, who are doing way more than 10,000 in nodes, right? I sponsored the first guy that I sponsored to the business. He dropped close to 12 or just around $12,000 all on rental nodes. My sponsor, the first guy they sponsored, he dropped $75,000 on rental nodes. Their first week check was about 3,000 US for the week. But hey, that's not typical. That's not going to be an everyday thing. But I'm just saying, people understand the value of what this is. So they're not really wasting time and they're buying as much nodes as possible because they see a couple things. One, it is reliable. Two, they're not worried about waking up in a month or 2 months or 6 months and their money is just gone or rug pulled or the company has disappeared. They're putting their funds into this on those levels because they can see the value in the assets, the value in the commodities, real world commodities, not some pie in the sky hopes and dreams in a company. No, real things, okay? So these are your profits, guys, or potential profits. Let's look at the compensation plan of itself. What if you do start to share this with others? Well, again, you have the option of purchasing. If you introduce anyone who purchases a node, you get $10 and that comes with 90 points. Or a package could be purchased. The basic pack, you get $5. Anything above that is $15. For the sake of these examples, I'm going to assume you're working with the Pro Pack. So if you refer 5 people who purchase a Pro Pack, you earn 15 by 5. Let's assume that you only introduce 3 single people who purchase a Pro Pack. 15 by 3 is 45. Now, not only do you get that 45 US, but you have just achieved your first rank. It is called apprentice. The apprentice comes with an apprentice bonus. The bonus is 100 US. So just for 3 single people who choose to purchase a package, whether it's a node package, a basic package, or a pro package, or a premium package, it does not matter. You would have qualified for apprentice. Oh, and it could be a license that they purchased as well. Anything that gives you 80 points in volume or more qualifies you for that. So now every month after that, you are going to continue to receive that 100 US plus the cost of whatever package that they have. Or if they purchase a node, it will be 10, 10, 10 again, so for 130 US. Very simple, very easy to follow. Let's look at the second way you can benefit. Again, very simple. This is called team commissions. It is pretty much a binary. In a binary, which is our team commissions, it pays you on the volume or points of the weaker leg. In other words, whichever team has the lesser amount of points determines the leg or the volume that you're going to get paid on. On this example, you see that the left team has 180 points. The right team, Ling Ling, bought 90 points, and maybe she just bought a node. That's why she got her 90 points. So you're going to earn 10% of 90 points, which is $9. Very easy to follow, okay? Don't overcomplicate this. If each of these persons did, let's say, a 10 pack. So John here did a 10 pack, so he got 900 points. This guy looks like a James. No, he looks like a Ricky. So Ricky did a 10 pack as well. He got 900 points. 1,800 points on this leg. Ling Ling over here, she's got, let's say she did a 10 pot too. She's got 900 points. This team is still has the lesser amount. Therefore, 10% of 900 is what? 90. So instead of you earning $9, you would have earned $90. You see how that works? So it's not based on the amount of people that you have in your team, guys. It is based on the volume, the points. Ling Ling could have done 900 points with a 10 pot, and these guys might have just done what they did, 90-90. So even though there's two of them and one of her, this would be the stronger leg and the stronger team. So you would get paid on the 180 points over here versus the 900 over here. Okay? It's not about people, it's about which team has the most points. Then we look at what we call the ranked bonuses. I love this. I love the ranked bonuses. Is unlike anything you've ever seen before. For those of you that are familiar with how binaries work, again, remember we just said you only get paid on the weaker team or the team that has the lesser amount of points. Keep that in mind. Don't forget that. Let me show you why. Let me post some names from the chat. Let's say that Abigail got in and Abigail introduced Io, Bernice, and Charles. Okay? So you got Io, Bernice, and Charles. Abigail went up there. She loves what she sees. It makes sense. So Abigail is ready to get some no's. But here, guess what? Abigail might say, but I know some friends that they're not really builders. They're not even looking to really, build a team and recruit. But they would definitely put some money into something that makes sense if they can make money every day, especially with the fact they don't have to do anything to do it, to make it, right? But just purchase the note. So Abigail introduces Io, Bernice, and Charles, and all three of them all fall on the same leg, the same team. Now remember what it said. The team is the smaller volume, right? Is the team you get paid on. But check this out. What if all three of those persons fell on Abigail's strong team, right? On her strong team or her strongest leg. Now, based on the binary criteria, she would not get paid on her volume. Are you with me? But because we have something called rank bonuses, check what the company says. The company says we don't care. We don't care. You out there and you found these three people, you put the work in, you should be getting paid for it. You deserve to get paid for your effort. A lot of companies, I would even go as far as saying 99% of companies out there that incorporate a binary, you would have all that work put in, but because a lot of that volume falls on your stronger leg, you do not get paid on it. The company gets paid on it, but you do not. And it's not fair. And this is why I really don't like binaries. To me, it's not fair for the average Joe. Here comes Ayat, and they say, we don't care about that. If you Okay, guys, and we're back. I don't know what's going on tonight. That's the second time for the night that everything just jumped out on me. Let's hurry up and get our presentation done because they're not going to make me go over an hour and break my reputation. All right, I like to keep it within an hour. So, can you guys hear me again? Real quick check before I move on. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I see a 1, 1, 1. Good. So you guys can hear me. Great. I don't know what's going on, but the devil is a liar. We're going to get this done. So here's what I was telling you guys. In the rank bonuses, the company says, we don't care if all of those people fall on the same team. We are still going to give you, if you have the total amount of volume, we are still going to give the money to you. Can you imagine that? They said, we're still going to pay you. Even though they all fall on the same leg, the strong leg, which never happens in other companies. The company here, IX, says we are still going to give you the title, the rank, you achieve the volume, because each of those individuals will come as a separate team and give you, and once the volume has added up to what you need, you qualified as far as you're concerned, and we're going to give you that weekly money. Crazy, right? So here it is. You can quickly go from a couple $100 a week, right? 87 a week, 87.50 a week, to 200 a week, to 500 a week, to 1,000 a week, because this is total team volume. This is between every single person in your team and who they bring on and who they bring on and who they bring on. And bear in mind, guys, that this is not based on numbers, but volume. So you've got individual people doing 3,000 and 4,000 themselves. So if you've got one person doing about 2,000 points themselves based on orders that they've done, understand that what you're seeing over here is really and truly kind of like worst case scenario. Because when you hit the rank of executive producer, for example, 10,800, you're earning 500 a week, and according to this, 540 more from the binary. But in reality, that is assuming that everybody is only doing 90 points, which we know for a fact. Most people are not doing only 90 points. They're purchasing at least 2 to 3 nodes. A lot of people doing 5 to 6 nodes. So what you're looking at could be exponentially more than what you're seeing here. As a matter of fact, this is not even inclusive of what you can earn from direct sales. Guys, I got involved, and on my 4th day in the business, I was a producer. I think it was, no, about 5 days, no, 5? About 5 days or so. 5 days or so in, I hit the rank of producer. All right. So according to that, this is like, okay, 200, that's 1,000 a month, right? That's 1,800 plus the apprentice bonus plus 180. So you're looking at around $1,000 per month or just over. But here's the crazy thing. Even before I hit producer, when I was still down in these little lower levels, my first week's check was over 1,100 US for the first week. Why? Because you can earn as much direct bonuses as you want based on what a person purchases. And 2, most people are not purchasing one single node, y'all. So what you're seeing here, even though you're seeing $200,000 per week, really and truly, this is still kind of like worst case scenario based on set numbers, but there's nothing set about it. We've got a guy in India. I understand that India, the monthly salary range is around $300 a month. I mean, think about it. $300 US for the entire month. Same thing for a lot of countries and territories in Africa. And here it is, still, we've got people in India doing over 900,000 per month in earnings. I want you to let that sink in for a second. Well over 200,000 every 7 days. In a country that earns, for the most part, around 300 US a month. What is your excuse? What is it? What is your excuse? This is one of the most powerful systems and compensation plans I've seen. Why? Because it allows the small guy to make money very quickly with that apprentice bonus. It allows the average guy to make money very quickly. Help 3 people get 3 people, and now you're making over 500 US a month. So it's good for the for the low builder, for the medium builder, and for those of you that are really builders, like the people who are the beasts that are going to go there and talk and share and grind and build this thing out. This thing is a networker's dream. This is a dream. Unlike most companies that they start high and they come down and get smaller and smaller in the percentages, these guys start at 10% and increase to 20%. They don't say, well, you got more volume, so yes, we're going to reduce the percentages because it's still going to be on bigger volume, so you make more. That's what most companies do. Literally. Trust me, I've been in the game for 22 years. I know what I'm talking about. Most companies start high and they end low. These guys said, nope. We're going to start low and we're going to increase it. The more volume you get, the more we're going to pay you. And we're going to make it even easier to qualify, so that instead of having to spread that volume between at least 3 different teams, now you can have it spread between just 2. And we're still going to qualify you for the rank, still give you the rank bonuses, still give you the binary bonuses, still give you the direct bonuses. All of this we're going to still do. Absolutely nuts. I'll leave you with this last piece, guys. If you look at this